you talk to your adults first before you even get
Yes.
in the water, don't you?
Yes.
And you actually spend quite a lot of time with them, don't you? Not saying that everybody needs to do that, but the reasoning why, I love to hear why you do that.
The reason why I talk to people, because I want to understand what's driving them. For example, my newest client, he wasn't afraid of water. He just didn't have the chance to learn. Like,
Right.
that's it. But he was willing and he wanted. It was just no opportunity, and he didn't figure this out. And he haven't for 42 years. He
Yeah.
haven't done any of that. So
Right.
he wasn't afraid. So I knew what I can then ask him to do in the water, because I
Yeah.
knew that, okay, so we can try to go maybe at a faster pace, but maybe there's something else that he's struggling with, which there was. And so I wanted to know that. I also think they appreciate the fact that you ask about their story, because everybody's story is different. There's some people went through some very traumatic experience.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to find like a common thread, a common what you call denominator,
Yeah.
where we can understand each other. They'll trust me more, because if they asked me about something and I had the same experience,
Yeah.
we can then talk it through, and I can look them straight in the eye and say, I know where you are, I understand it. We will get through this.
Together. Yeah.
And it really helps.
Yeah.
And I remember I was partially when I was in the swimming teaching course, the
Yes.
STA course. I had experience, hands-on experience teaching kids, and there were some really, really fearful ones.
Right.
And I had an ongoing conversation with the kid in the water, and because I think the kid also appreciated. I think they kind of know. They know. They, it's like, you have this
Indeed.
understanding that you you they can trust you, but you can also ask them, how do you feel about this? Is it good? Is it bad? How I constantly asked, for example, I was just like, what do you think? Open-ended question. Like, what do you think? How do you find this? And like opening them up
Yeah.
rather than asking them like, is this good?
Sure.
Is this bad? Like,
Yeah.
yes or no
Yeah.
questions. I would
Close.
be like, what do you think? And the kids were telling me. They
Oh,
were like,
that's
oh,
great.
I don't do this. I don't. And for example, some of them were very much overthinkers. And I'm
Right.
an overthinker too. So just like, okay, you're absolutely right. It says, yeah, you step outside of the platform, you're not gonna reach the bottom. That is,
Right.
there is, you're smart.
Yeah.
It's like, you are smart.
Absolutely. Yeah. They
Well
believe
done
in you.
for
Yeah.
noticing that,
Yeah.
you're a smart person. Right? And it's like the conversations are important. I
Yeah.
think they are, because you can miss something if you don't ask them those questions. You can miss something that's crucial.
Yeah.
For example, when I went to that and I had a negative experience when I went to a
Right.
swimming class, I had something in my mind that I knew that I want to work on, and that I wanted to try or get good at, particularly breathing. Okay, I
Right.
wanted to figure out the breathing in
Yeah.
front crawl, but also others. Okay,
Hmm.
yet the teacher didn't ask me about this once.
Mm.
She immediately proceeding to giving me drills
Yeah.
with a kickboard and focused on my kick. Okay, I'm like, I don't need, like, she was telling me that one of my legs is kind of
Right.
off to the side. Like, I wasn't, like, when I was doing my breast stroke kick, it was kind of going
Right.
to this side and it was uneven.
Right. Right.
And that's what she was focusing on. And I'm like, I need to do
Okay.
something, like, this doesn't take me any closer to my goal,
Yeah.
but she didn't ask me about the goal. She just had an idea of what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
She should send me over. And if you are a student, you're not going to be questioning your teacher's methods.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to do
Okay.
what you're being told,
Help.
and you think, question yourself, maybe I'm stupid and I don't
Right.
understand why this is important.
Right.
But some teachers might be giving the wrong instructions because they don't even bother to ask.
Ask. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, and again, that's so interesting is that the lady, it was her own perception of how she wanted the lesson to go.
Yes.
So it was her, not what you're wanting to gain from it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she didn't even think. So imagine what it's like for a child of
Yeah.
not, yeah, and even if they're not understanding what they're asking to do, and if that understanding's not there or the purpose, why am I doing this?
Exactly.
You think, well,
I
where
think
where do I go with that?
that's a very good point you're making about the why. So I've noticed as a teacher, sometimes people tell teachers tell the student what to do,
Yeah.
but they don't tell the student why to do it.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yep.
if you're telling me that I'm supposed to turn my head and keep one go to the side
Yep.
underwater and one go outside of the water, if you just give me that little drop of information why I need to keep that way,
Yep.
it will make more sense. And I
Yep.
think maybe even with kids, people treat kids like they were stupid or something.
Yep.
Kids are actually quite smart.
Oh,
And
it's
if you
brilliant.
tell them why they're doing something, I think they will get it.